Just settling in, getting a good toehold, nice and close. Stand by a second, and I think I'm settling in. Go ahead, video.
Roger, going in. Holding.
Thank you. Go pilot, would you mind tilting me up just a touch?
Confirm, tilt up.
Just center this guy real quick. Yeah, there you go. That's good. And I'll stay here for a few seconds, but let me know when you are feeling like we should continue on.
Copy that. I think you got a little bit. Okay. I'm going to come up while I get a little closer to you.
So yeah, Chris has just provided an ID and in the genus Atlanticella. But a very unusual growth form. Atlanticella is typically more flat, kind of encrusting on top of the substrate, not this kind of three-dimensional growth. And then if we can take a quick look at the coral next to it.
Scan over to the coral. I have to tilt up a little, but hopefully it's here.
And again, it's overgrown by this parasitic zoanthid. And I think we imaged one of these, I think the same kind of primnoid earlier that also was overgrown by a parasitic zoanthid. Yeah, the best ID we have for the zoanthid is in the family Parazoanthidae. This is a common parasitic association, so these zoanthus settle and on other corals and then start secreting their skeleton onto the corals that they're parasitizing. And yeah, it's going to be difficult to identify this.
Creeping up on you here a little bit, pilot.
Yep. The coral that it originally settled on, it looks like it's in the genus Narella.
Great. Thanks a lot.
And we can get up and move your camera back.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
We're moving on.
And another one of these critoplerosponges. Maybe we can take a look at those small brown
coral
animals.
Okay. I only got a second snap in video.
Coming in. You're okay there.
So yeah, that's a small chrysogorget, it looks like, and then a mushroom coral next to it.
Which one are we looking for?
I think the foreground.
Right there on
bushier,
the laser.
Yep.
Yeah.
The back one's a mushroom coral, so we know what that is. I think it's these guys we're trying to figure out.
Oh, no. Is this a young Chrysogorgia stellata?
We're going to get a small little bump soon, so I settle in. Bonk. That's the one I was referencing.
Man, how much further in that ship move, Nav? Are we done?
It does look like we've just finished a ship move.
Okay.
Hi, Daniel. I think you may be right. It's either a small Chrysogorgia. The only other possibility would be that it's an Acanella.
Whatever it is you're
going
to shot for this video,
I don't think that's a bamboo coral. I think that is a Chrysogorgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
See a squat lobster in there, red spot.
Yeah, so that's a very small colony.
Yeah, it's 70.
Only about 10 centimeters in height.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very rounded form, characteristic of adult colonies of the stellata, but yeah, it's been particular with small colonies. It's difficult. The growth form the branching
let's go. I
pattern
think they know
are
what it is.
typical
Great.
features that we use to differentiate different species. And of course, all corals start with a single polyp, so then some characteristics like the branching pattern do not yet exhibit themselves in the very young colonies, making it difficult to ID them.
Nav, what's our time off bottom?
Let me put it in real quick.
Here's an interesting. All those nice little breaks and stuff have fallen off, and we're looking downhill.
It's interesting that
To
given
the,
the small size of that Chrysogorgia, that it already had a squat lobster
west.
associated with it.
Here, right, maybe even north. Downhill to the
Yeah.
northwest.
So just to give you an update, we do have probably around 2 hours remaining on this dive.
Time off bottom should be 1:51, so set up around 1:45. So it gives us about 2 hours. UTC.
Copy that.
So yeah, we do have about 2 hours remaining. We do want to make it towards this pinnacle. We're still a little off it. So we'll try to cover some ground.
Yeah, and pilot, you're entering the dogleg target
Okay.
in that general area.
Roger.
So
So all the highs are right here at the moment.
we'll try to keep the zoom
I'm
still a little bit at
actually
our minimal until we start climbing the
gonna
pinnacle,
turn
since once
north
we
here
do make it up to
and
the
saddle
pinnacle,
up to
it's going to be
right of
slow
your
climbing
screen,
again.
Chris. And hopefully we see, this is the saddle in the middle. Out this way. You can sort of see it down there.
Yeah, so it
And
looks
rather
like
than
a good
drive
takedown.
backwards down there, I'm going to try to,
You want me to come down for you?
yeah, a little if you don't mind.
Sure.
Try to come out to the north here. Push my camera down so there's still some view of the ground.
Okay.
Actually, this saddle's pretty big. According to HiPAC, we should be seeing the other slope out there, but oh, there it is. I don't have it on sonar yet, but it's just in view.
Just a note to everybody on
I'll
the
sail right
conference call, we're going
ahead.
to drop the line
Acquire
here
it here
on
for
the
you.
Okeanos, and we're going to dial it back in. Getting lots of reports of the audio being distorted. So we'll be disconnecting and reconnecting here shortly.
So this is the base of the pinnacle that we're looking at here, I think, or the really far away base, but this is the upward slope that'll eventually lean to it.
If you out, view it ahead in the center.
Oh yeah, that's all right. You can leave it there. We're here now. Thanks. Whoops.
Big heave.
Yep. Okay, so we want to start the ship in this direction. Have we settled in pretty much?
Yeah.
And do you want to do a little like northwesterly move to get behind me on this?
I don't think I'm quite done swinging, but
You don't think so? Okay. Well, then we can just
maybe.
more north than west.
Ship stopped about 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes.
So-
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe.
Maybe.
I'd be okay with
Are you up really high? It seems like you are. Oh yeah.
I am, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yep.
from where you are, my altitude's only 20 from where I am.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys want to get situated for this, I can try to get some stuff in the HUD
So
down
yeah,
here.
I'd be okay with a 330.
330.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Yeah.
That's reasonable to me.
What type of distance would you guys like?
So we're just about in the last flat area before we start ascending on the pinnacle.
30, I mean, you can see another
Yeah.
30 meters at least to catch up with me is safe.
30 or 40, yeah.
Yeah.
So 35, put it in the middle?
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'll put it in.
Okay, we're just, oops. Okay, watch lead. We're just getting the ship settled up to start going up the pinnacle.
Nav, let's make that 3-0.
Roger that, pilot.
Is
For
there
distance?
The bearing
330?
330.
Oh,
So if there's anything right here you want to look at while the ship settles in, this is a good
Alright.
time to take a big zoom, or a
Roger that. There's
long
a
zoom.
yellow coral just to our left and bottom.
left and down. Oh, okay. I remember I saw it. Yep. I'll come back to it.
Call's been reconnected.
Yeah, so yeah, that's very helpful. If you'd let us know, because I want to definitely try moving up the pinnacle to make it to the top. So every time you have a little time, let us know, and then we'll.
Yeah, well, I think the pinnacle will be a lot of rise, and once we get close to the, once we get, we've got a 50 meters or something to go, and then it'll be pretty steep. So we won't be moving the ship much. It'll be mostly vehicle movement. So we'll get to move at whatever speed is comfortable.
Roger that.
But yeah, right now, just because we're transitioning from moving west to moving north, we're just taking a quick second here to line it all up. But for now, this yellow coral, we can get it.
Wait, come down for you, pilot.
Thanks. I've got time for this, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Is my starboard swing arm out?
It
There
is. I haven't touched that.
Okay.
We can touch it now, though, because
Yeah.
you're not going to be rotating.
So
Putting
I'm
it
gonna
away.
guess that this is a plexaurid, maybe a paramaricia. And yeah, Scott seems to agree with me. And we did collect something like this last year in this region.
All right. Sorry, video. We had to settle out the swing arms
That's
before
right.
I could get
Ready when you
pinned
are.
here, so I'll be ready in just a moment. Go ahead in.
Coming in.
I'm just sidling over to get a centered up.
Holding there.
There you
And
go. Okay.
again, that's
It's up to you, video, whatever you want for zooms.
Sure.
And tell me what to tilt.
Thank you.
Something real small associate, one of the upper branches. I don't know if that's any interest. I can't tell.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
have both. There's
small
that one
percentage.
center. You see him? He's at
Yeah,
bottom of frame now,
this
but I
little
see the
guy
guy
is-
up here.
yeah, it's
Oh,
another
just another-
basket star, another asteroschemata. So there's two of them. Yeah, there's a bigger one to the center.
Just different colors and different size. Is that a hole? Is that a missing leg or something? What's the hole in the
Yeah,
bottom
it looks
there?
like a missing leg.
I've never seen a
Scar,
hole like
I haven't
that.
seen
yeah.
one of that.
Do
I've
you have
seen
any
him with
more?
partial arms.
Do you have any more zoom?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that interesting? Okay, I'll quit demanding things.
Can you
Science
tilt
and video,
down while we're here to try and get?
Of course.
There's his brethren.
Oh, that one's got a hole too. I guess it's common. Just never noticed it before. It's got ones all the way around. That's cool.
You would
Oh,
tell
and
him,
Les Watling has just chimed in here. So Les Watling, our
Yeah,
other
yes.
specialist on deep sea octocorals from the
What was
University
the
of Hawaii.
request?
no, it's just
Both him
checking to
and
make sure you had a
Scott
toe in,
France
'cause
have
it felt
been
like we were
working
really stable.
very
Oh,
heavily
yeah,
on this
of course.
group.
The stable shots are always,
Uh,
for me, a toe.
Could be skill.
So Les,
Stable shots are always,
Uh,
for me, a toe.
Could be skill.
any
That's why I said
tentative
for
ID
me.
for the genus?
Feels like my zooms run away. Hold on a second here. I'll try and get control of it back. There we go.
So I have some returns out there on Sirius. I think it's just that hill.
So yeah, he's
Plays all
uncertain
the
of
way
the
up.
genus as well. Yeah, thank you.
And
Beautiful
one more
imagery.
close, and I think we're on our way.
Try to find some open polyps here. Twist my head
Yeah, I
about.
don't see any. Top maybe.
Up top? you thought?
Above the ochroid, a couple branches. And not really open.
I don't see any open
Yeah, so
ones.
that this whole family, the
Okay.
Plexauridae, is a group that's very, very little
I think I know what
studied,
it
and
is.
Yeah.
a few people working
Coming.
on it.
Thanks.
So even the most basic questions about how to differentiate the different species, genera.
And you're facing track right now?
Affirmative.
Great. I'll get out
Have not been
ahead of
answered.
you a little bit.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm going to keep that camera angle the same. Try to wrangle you in there.
Thank you, sir.
Who's that in the sediment?
Yeah, we're got a sea
Oh,
pen
and,
up ahead
yeah.
there. A couple of them. And a mushroom coral maybe or something.
Yeah,
Another sea pen.
I mean, if we have the time, let's take a quick look at that sea pen.
This one right in front?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do a snap, but I gotta catch up.
Oh, no, yeah.
Gotta play a little chasing game.
Ready when you
Not
are.
chasing, but... Okay, go ahead.
You got 5 seconds. Let's.
Yep.
Once
4, 3, 2, 1.
Coming
Alright,
out.
Zoom on out.
see it serious sonar.
Thanks. Yep, coming on ahead.
Get out.
And we're full wide.
Excellent. Yeah, so,
Video.
so we have just about 2 hours, under 2 hours left in the dive, and we're going to try to keep moving steadily to hopefully make it to the top of this pinnacle.
Just racing up here a little bit, make sure that we're in safe position. Watch lead, and then can start zooming again.
Roger that.
If I see anything interesting, I'll try to at least get a big shot of it.
Okay, I have the edge of this wall.
Is it a comfortable distance?
Yeah, we're okay.
Or okay, all
You
right.
keep coming up.
There's another Venus
You can see
flytrap,
it in the view.
anemone. Those are in the family Hormathiidae.
And port. All the interesting stuff's over here, though. I'll stay over here for a second.
They're characterized by having a stalk that has bumps on
Come
them.
up and look down at you.
And there's another
How are we doing in that ship move now?
feather star or unstocked crinoid.
I would say it's just finished,
Okay.
or just a little left.
Okay. So I'm gonna come up and then just look down at you.
Yep. Oh, I see a nice little cliff there.
Yeah.
So we're coming over the edge. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I just
So
got
we've acquired
confirmation from
the edge of the
Bridge.
first
Okay.
little
Just
cliff here.
And it looks like there's a
First little
shelf
lip.
here, and then it keeps going up.
Yep. So we'll push up here, and then we'll push across the shelf. Oh, big sponge. I'm going to push out to the big sponge. Ooh, this might be overhung.
Oh,
It's coming
beautiful.
up and towards you.
Yeah, and so that's
Okay, I'm going to
gonna
come up.
brighten up.
coming up.
This
Mini
is
Sirius.
overhung. I'm going to come up. Sirius is moving.
Yeah, Sirius is still swinging. Try to keep track of that.
so yeah, there we see a lot of life here on this overhang.
Yeah,
And
we're
that's
just going to acquire the top of the overhang real quick, and if this is
so
looking
that's
safe, then we can go
yeah.
down and take a look at that stuff. But we just want to make sure that Sirius is safe real quick.
So yeah, that.
How are you looking? Are you still
Uh,
swimming?
Yeah, I probably will be for another couple minutes.
Yeah, watch lead. You'll just have to. Sorry, you're gonna have to bear with us on some of these transects, just because of these overhung are particularly dangerous because you don't know how far out they go.
Yeah, roger that.
With Sirius above us, we always have to jump up and acquire the top and make sure that we're in a safe position while we're moving.
I'm comfortable now.
So I think that we've settled in, and Sirius is in a safe position just a little past that overhang. So, or not past it, but too close for me to go under. If you want me to look under, we'll have to back up the ship.
Just a little fish.
Do you want that, or do you want us to stay?
No, let's
Continuing.
keep moving. Let's maybe get a quick snap soon on this floating
Yeah.
things of the fish.
Video, come on in.
Coming in.
I'm sure we want more zoom than that. So I'll go
That's
up
my
to it.
kind of swimming right there.
was
Did we get an
let's see.
ID on that, or do you want me to get
Uh,
more? Just, I was using my tilt to get it. I just don't want to go too far.
yeah, maybe so.
Do
Maybe
we want another shot of it?
yeah. Let's take a quick peek if we're
Can I
stable.
come in?
Yep. You
So-
can start coming in as it centers screen.
So yeah, both
Just
Mike
hold-
and Bruce
just
are
hold
hopefully watching alertly. So we got it now for you.
Okay. You just match it, and then you can go. All right, video, come on in.
Absolutely beautiful imagery. I don't know if you can see it at our ECCs. So apparently
Bring
the
it out a little bit
teleconference
more.
line has been dropped.
Oh.
Or the
Oh,
audio.
I got a tug
Fix it
from
in
the
post.
tether.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Tether tug there.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
that's all right.
So our
Alright,
depth
well,
is
fish goes
1,250
where the fish
meters.
wants to go. If I run out of leash,
Uh,
I run out of leash.
The top of the pinnacle is going to be at a little
So I
under
have the
100 meters above us.
other feature here, so same
yeah,
kind of
So we
thing.
still
Yeah.
have quite a
Going
ways
for
to
it.
climb. There was a little discussion in the chat room about that stocked sponge. I thought it was a Colophacus, Chris, but it was too far
For
away
pilot
and
video?
yeah, too
Yeah,
dangerous to go
Are these
into that
timestamps
overhang.
supposed to be accurate?
We have another Trudipleura here to our left.
Pilot might be able to answer
But
that a little better.
with
What was
the
the question?
exceptions, a couple of these
No.
places under these overhangs,
We can talk after.
pretty barren
Timestamps on them better.
substrate.
What about them?
Oh, they're supposed to be accurate.
And this is an observation
Oh, I don't know.
we've made that
I don't know
several
what that
times on
timestamp
past
is from.
lives too, is that where you see these local
That's
aggregations of corals and
Something
sponges is likely places where you have
Part of,
accelerated current flow. And yeah, under some of these overhangs or on
Yeah,
top
I
of
don't know.
local highs.
who's asking.
Me.
My friend Ed.
Gotcha. So yeah, another little
I haven't seen these little guys before.
shelf here. How you looking, co-pilot?
I'm good. We might need to inch in towards you a little.
Okay. Well, I'll take a second to image here then,
Sure.
and you can
Yeah, I'll work
move
with
however.
that.
Are these the little guys on the right or the one
Straight
center
ahead.
screen?
Yeah.
Do another 35.
Yeah, let's take center screen there.
There's a
Let's
lot
do
of
that.
getting pushed around a lot at this point.
Looks
How
like
does,
it's coming from starboard to port.
Yeah, there's
At 30
a
degrees.
fair amount of current here.
I think a
We're settling
335
in.
would be good.
335.
Yep.
Hold on. Sorry. Just trying to get pinned here. Okay, come on in.
Coming in, I.
So
that guy
that's
looks
an
dead.
yeah, that's a dead Trudipleura. So yeah,
This
no,
one's got some pink something inside. It looks like.
yeah. Let's take a quick peek.
Go ahead in video. Some kind of worm in there. Sorts.
Yeah, hard to tell, and looks like we've had problems with the conference line, and the chat is also down currently.
Coming out.
Hey, Dan, Scott France. Yeah, we're not getting video right now, but now we can hear you on the telecon. You were gone there for a few minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Scott, for letting us know. So yeah, we did now. Yeah, our chat room is down as well, but we're trying to reestablish a connection.
Oh, here's something. I'm going to drop a little bit, Copilot, real quick.
Yeah, you're clear.
Oh yeah, that's going to be of interest.
Yeah, I caught this on one of the minute cams, and I thought we might want to see it.
Yeah, they're good for sniping things.
So this is a corallium or pink coral. So family Corallidae.
Different types of crinoid, it looks like.
Video's back, Daniel.
Oh, thanks, Chris. So yeah, just as we getting a glimpse of this beautiful pink coral with a couple of different species of feather stars on it.
So yeah, just to let you know, our chat room is still down, so if there's any urgent requests for Zooms or anything like that, please call in
Try
on
the
the
auto
conference
slide,
line.
but
Seems
anyway.
like we've got that back at least.
Do it by hand here.
Give that to me.
Yeah, John, we have the conference line and the video, and right
Okay,
now
video.
the
You can,
chat
come
room
in
is a
on
little
this
bit
guy.
quiet,
Thank
so
you.
no requests at this point.
Thank you, Scott.
They're small polyps.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's going to be in the genus Hemicorallium.
Hold fast. Getting in a little closer, I'll back up a little.
It looks like something ate part of the branch over there on the left.
Yeah, it does look a little barren, doesn't it? Come down to the feather stars. See there?
I'm up here. I'll start to look down at you, but you've got another couple seconds.
Okay. Come on in, video.
Coming in.
Okay. Thanks for letting us
Brighten that up.
Had just noted in the chat room that she saw a worm run on this hemicorallium colony. Basically, there are polychaete worms that are associated with these corals, and they're able to create kind of like little tunnels or garages along the skeletal axis, and part the coral colony overgrows them. You can also see it looks like there was something feeding on part of the colony. There's a large white patch where there's a lot of polyps missing. And this is a beautiful crinoid with a shrimp riding on one of the arms. And I see it looks like a little hermit crab down below.
So you can see his arms bent over. There's a fair amount of current. Right
Yeah,
here.
thanks, Scott.
Actually done what I usually won't do, and I'm using auto depth to try to help me out because I'm just having trouble fighting this current. Seems to be helping a little bit.
It's quite the biodiversity in a very compact little area there.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's interesting. This crinoid has
Video
these
if there's anything
purple-colored
less than
arms,
5 seconds here.
series of leg-like structures that hold it to the coral look bright yellow.
Attachments or anything.
I'd like to hear from
Still on
Chris.
laser?
I'm not used to seeing such a difference in
Couple
color
seconds.
on one crinoid.
3.
So I think the yellow crinoid is Glyptometra. I was talking with Leslie. Sorry, I wasn't looking just at that moment. But Glyptometra, I don't think has the real prehensile cirri coming out of the base of it. And the other guy, it could have been shucks, I've forgotten the name of him. That does have the prehensile. They can actually wrap themselves around the branches much more easily. I've just forgotten right now. I'll look it up.
Yeah, Chris, it was that purple one that had the prehensile cirri, but the cirri were a bright yellow color, where the arms were that purple color.
Yeah, we've seen those before on hurl dives. We didn't really know what it was. I'm going to take a look in the guide here and see if I can remember what we used to call it.
How are we looking, Chris? Better?
Look good. Yeah.
Looking good? Okay.
Current depth is 1,240 meters. The top of the pinnacles is still close to 100 meters above us. We actually even haven't started climbing the pinnacle yet. To our left is another anemone.
So for that crinoid, so the Thalassometridae, the prehensile cirri are characteristic of the family Thalassometridae, and that's what we identified, that sort of dark one with the yellow cirri from years ago from hurl.
They didn't bite, so I'll continue ahead.
Copy that.
You're
Thanks,
still
Chris.
280. What do you have the local high at? Off to your starboard a little now, more north or northeast even?
Probably 030.
Okay, so we want to think about lining up for that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
There we go.
You can see this guy's arms streaming. This another hint of the current here. So you got amount of force to push around.
Awesome, that's very helpful. Thank you.
So I think we're about 20 meters off that wall.
Yeah, so I just updated our position here. So we're about 100 meters in vertical and horizontal distance from the top of the pinnacle, and but still about 80 meters in vertical elevation to climb. So that purple, I think. Go ahead, Chris.
These crinoids that you're seeing right now, these are those swimming ones, Daniel. Just as pointing those out. We only know these as Comatulini, but if they're disturbed, they'll just take off and start swimming.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
certainly seen that.
Yeah, so that's that Victor Gorgia nutting eye that we imaged earlier in a dive.
Okay.
This is a smaller colony.
All right. Well, then we'll continue onward.
Yeah, and we.
I don't want to stop and pause
What's
too
that?
long if we've seen it.
When you wag left again,
there's another
a rock
mushroom
that has
coral
a weird
that
straight line on it.
Anthomastus.
Right there. See that?
It's another feather star or crinoid or something.
Yeah.
Or the long.
So I just wanted to add a little bit to what Chris said about the swimming crinoids. So for those of you who don't know, the crinoids actually started, well, they're first detected in the fossil record in the Ordovician, which is 485 to 443 million years ago. The crinoids underwent 2 periods of abrupt adaptive radiation, and the second period of their this evolutionary explosion took place in the Triassic, where they first developed their flexible arms and became widespread, and also kind of adapted this this ability to become modal and swim around. So that's just a little bit of extra bits and fun factoids about what Chris was saying for these crinoids that swim, and when they swim, they're actually quite mesmerizing to see.
Drifting south right now. Like they're
have an overhang
Yeah, it looks like a nice cluster of animals to our left.
I have a lot of harder turns on.
Oh, and there's a
drifted a meter or two.
and there's a fish on the bottom. If we can get a quick snap zoom.
Yep. I'll go for the fish, of course. Of course. Let's see if I can get around to it. This is that a? That's not a fish. That's a shrimp. We'll go for
above
this
the
guy.
rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on in.
Coming in.
Yeah. Got a little bit of room to wiggle here, but I'm down in a little hole. So it's difficult to chasing a lot.
So, Pilot, when we're done zooming in on this fish, I think I maybe see a opportunistic geological collection sitting here in the sand bed here. So, do you think maybe we could check that out as well, please?
Okay. Yes, of course.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, ship is.
I don't know if Bruce is watching. So I think this is a Cinnabar-branchid in the subfamily Iliophinae.
Boy, that's got a strong lateral line.
Off to the side.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Chris, and I think this is...
He's swimming away from us.
Yeah,
I'm
the
backing.
subfamily Iliophinae.
All right. I'm going to go check out the rock pile real quick. Do we have time to stop and grab?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Actually, if you can't find anything to the right, I think maybe to the left.
Okay.
There was an angular.
Oh yeah, there is a couple pieces. Okay, so there's two piles. I'm actually closer to the one on the left. So do you want to look at that real quick?
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. Those ones buried in the sediment are good too if the ones on the left are not promising. But yeah, definitely the ones on the left are more attractive to me.
I'll sidle over and you can take a look, see if there's anything here that. Oh yeah, all three of those might be loose.
Yeah.
All right, I'll perch here and.
Okay. We're not moving in serious.
Okay.
But Nav, while I get kind of in a precarious situation, while I get everything set up and we're focusing on the collection, do you want to keep an eye on the ship and us and sonar here, make sure nothing drastic changes?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be perfect.
Settling in.
So we're currently at a depth of 1,220 meters, and Jonathan here has just spotted a pile of some loose rocks, and we're going to try to see if we can collect a potential geological sample. Earlier in the dive, we did collect a biological
so I see some
sample.
smaller ones, some larger ones.
That was a very
Poke around
unusual.
and see, there's a couple in the back if we want to move back there. If you want to chime in.
Yeah, so whatever looks good. So I see that one that's just above and to the right of the lasers. That looks like a promising sample.
Okay. That one might be in reach. I can try it.
Pilots.
I spun up.
Negative. Okay. Nav's going to have a question for you.
Bridge wants to rotate 5 degrees. They said they can do it around the A-frame.
To port.
Okay.
Is that fine for them to do right now?
Yeah, it's getting them in the wind, so yeah, whatever the ship needs, so that we don't lose DP is ideal. So let's go ahead and give them that. Sorry, watch lead back with you.
Yeah, so that one above and to the right of the lasers is good, but if that one's out of reach, there is that one or two that are center and the bottom of the screen that are also looking pretty good too.
Nothing is out of reach. I can go get that one if that's the one you want.
Yeah, that one is preferable, so if we can go ahead and try and get that one that's into the...
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, pilot.
Yep. I just have to saddle my vehicle over. This is even a little better foothold for me, so I prefer this. If it's good. Drop down here. Okay. See how that goes. I'll reach out and give this one a poke, and see what we got. Am I spun up now?
Affirmative. Do you have a destination in mind? Port?
Yeah, likely port. I'm just gonna give it a joust first.
That sounds good.
Make sure that.
So we're currently setting up to collect a geological sample. So it'll take the pilots some time to set this up before we can take any Zoom requests. So we'll secure the specimen first.
Okay. Hydraulics coming on. Indexing and reaching out. Give this a little poke. It is loose.
Moved a little.
Yeah. This might be a good subject for us. Pluck. And,
Still want to go port?
oh, yeah, I guess we do. I'll set it back down. My mistake. I forgot. Thanks for the reminder. Just gonna set this back for. Oops.
I
think I just lost it. I think it fell between my toes. Well, actually, I apologize. That's entirely my fault. I forgot to open my ruck box.
That's quite okay, pilot. No worries.
I think my co-pilot has caught sight of it. What? Where? It fell off this way.
Yeah.
Oh, over there?
No.
Yeah.
Like
oh, that's it?
I think. I don't know.
Should I
What I
back
would
up?
do is I would go for that one.
Okay. Similar size.
That looks loose, similar size, maybe even a little better, a little more angular. See it right on the left laser now?
Yeah, I see it now.
But do you want to just poke it?
Let's give it a poke. And remember to open the rock box this time. Oh, that's pretty small.
I think it extends down. Oh no,
It's like.
Yeah,
Is that one too small?
Yeah, maybe that couple on the right. Try some of those. They look a little bit bigger,
come back out for you.
a little more angular as well.
The mini Zeus is not behaving.
Oh, here?
Just up from the arm. Yep, that one just to the cliff. Yep, that one's
one?
loose. I think if that one is.
Okay. That one looked loose, so we'll go for that one. And I'll remember to open the rock box first this
rock
time.
box.
You wouldn't mind bringing it in? I feel really embarrassed.
You shouldn't. There we go. Port wing coming in. Port wing is in.
Co-pilot.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be specimen 020. So I've just updated
Bring it up to the light pool so you can.
Our position here, and we're a little over 60 meters in vertical and horizontal distance from the summit, and just have about 70 meters of vertical to climb.
Okay,
So it's going to be a steady 45-degree angle up to the top of this pinnacle.
Let me get some focus. All right, we can do a little wrist rotation on it if you'd like.
Wrist rotation.
Just looking ahead, we have a little over an hour left on this dive.
Take a look at that.
We are diving on a pinnacle that's the north of Pioneer Bank. This very large bank that's just east of Lisiansky Island, up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, part of the Papahanaumokuakea Marine National Monument.
I don't see any biology.
On this dive, we collected a biological specimen early in the dive, a very delicate, soft sponge. That was puzzling several of the biologists, and now this is our second specimen as a manganese-crusted rock sample collected at 1,222 meters.
And full wide.
And so that's our second specimen for this dive.
Do you want the minute cam up?
What's that?
Do you want the minute cam up or just the minis?
Yeah, the minis is okay, and then the minute cam instead of the HD maybe. I can actually. Actually, I've got a good view
And
from.
so yeah, we'll secure the specimen first before we start zooming. There's a couple requests for zooms, but we'll secure the specimens first.
All right, awesome, great job. Thank you, pilots. I actually think that second choice of sample might have been even better than the first one. So thanks a lot, and it was a very great job by our talented ROV pilots. So that was our very first geological sample collected on this dive. We were able to collect 2 other geological samples from the dive on the southern ridge in the rift zone from the same volcano. So this will help hopefully provide some light into any kind of geochemical variation that is characterizing this volcano here on Pioneer. So very much appreciated. Thank you, pilots.
I think that one was better.
Yeah, and once we're all squared away, there are a couple requests for some zooms sort of right here in our vicinity.
Okay. I'll get those for you.
So there's a crab to our right, and then a solitary polyp there to our left.
Okay. Back with you, watch lead.
Daniel and Jonathan, we have some school students in the ECC right now. One of them had a question, and why don't you ask the question to the guy on the ship right now?
How deep is it?
Oh, yeah, so we are currently at 1,220 meters, so that's about 2/3 of a mile deep, and actually 3/4 of a mile deep, and we're diving about 1,000 miles away from where you guys are, up in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. And this is a very deep pinnacle that we're exploring. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining us.
Is this one of the objects?
Yes, pilot.
Okay. Come on in, video.
Coming in.
They want to say what school they're from, so here goes. What school are you guys from? Maui Preparatory School.
Excellent. Some future explorers. And so you're looking at a Sariantherian, or a tube-dwelling anemone. This is a very little studied group. They look very similar to anemones, but they're actually quite different. And the way you can differentiate these from anemones is that these animals actually have 2 rings of tentacles of different lengths. So an outer ring that has elongate tentacles and an inner ring that's shorter. And they use these tentacles for different purposes. The outer ring is used to capturing food that's captured, and then the inner ring is to manipulate the food and move it towards the mouth. So thank you very much, pilot. And yeah, and then there's an interesting looking crab to our right.
Copy that.
Trying to get a that's full zoom.
Okay.
Okay, we need much more of this.
I'm happy when you are.
4 seconds.
Hydraulic secure.
Coming out.
Thank you, co-pilot.
You have your camera back.
Awesome. That fish is still here. Okay, video.
Coming in.
Come on in, the squat lobster.
So that's a Galatheid crab, or a squat lobster. I don't think Mary is with us anymore, but
We can get
The
that
face?
eyeball.
There we go. That's cool.
so yeah, these squat lobster you typically see perched up on top of corals or sponges.
Nice.
And then I believe there's, yeah, if that fish is still in the vicinity, we'll take a quick look at him.
Eye looks fake.
This is reflecting us.
Yeah,
You're
that's cool.
seeing the ROV.
Yeah, that's cool.
Looking for the fish in one of
Hey,
my other cameras.
Are you in a position where we can move a swing arm?
Yeah, yes.
Can we move the left swing arm outboard?
Anyone but left.
Can we move the right swing arm out?
Yeah, the lower.
I think it's upper, isn't it?
Do you wanna? What do you wanna?
I just want to see if I see it move in his eye.
Oh.
Those are probably the most likely the main. There's
Oh, really?
eight
Then
of
yeah,
our
yeah.
brightest LEDs are all stationary. That's most likely what you're seeing.
Yeah. All right, let me come out a little bit, and then I think we've got him.
I don't see that eel anymore.
No, that was the one we were shooting as it came. But look at this plate. Is there a plate? Is that a ceramic plate, or is
I
that
think it's anthropogenic.
Can't tell.
Yeah.
I think there's a pile of something
Yeah, I think
here.
you're right. I think they've come down from above.
Chris, do we still have this school group with you?
So that's definitely like a giant bivalve or shell.
Yes, we do, Daniel. They're all here, and Les is just talking about crabs, and Brian Boston's here also is talking about the geology a bit.
Excellent.
Broken up.
So yeah, back to
When
the
I first saw that,
question
it looked like a China piece,
about
you know,
our
like
depth.
plate.
So we are as deep
we got.
as you are probably now. Far away from Bubby's ice cream store there down in Lower University.
Sorry, can't hear you over.
Keep going down. See what the rest of the pile. There's
See, I
another
think
one.
there's one to your right.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which ice cream store?
Bubby's down on University. So from the ECC down there is approximately the same distance as we are from the surface of the ocean right now.
That's a really interesting analogy.
Yeah,
All right.
All
I
right.
figured ice cream units are a good
Oh,
way to
that's-
make this comparison.
Nice little guys. That's some big guys.
Even more off to your right, it looks like.
Yeah. So this. Well, actually, I don't know if you're listening in, but we found a bunch of large shells.
Yeah, I am taking a look. Yeah. Yeah, let's just take a quick look.
Interesting to see what we see above this.
Yeah. There might be some big bivalves above us, huh? Yeah.
There's
a little
our
farther up.
fish friend.
Yeah, that's true. Little heavy after picking up the rock. Dragging my toes.
So just to update our shore-based scientists, we have approximately an hour and 15 minutes left on this dive.
Come in on this guy.
Coming in.
We're at a depth of 1,220 meters. The top of the ledge. Oh, nice. And that's another Cinnabranch.
Might be the same one.
Yeah,
He'll come, hopefully.
Cinnabranchid eel.
Banking on.
Looks slightly different.
And coming out.
Thanks.
So yeah, it's a Synaptobranchid eel. And then there's also an interesting crab
Oh,
on
yeah.
back
with an
there.
anemone on his back.
Yeah, so those are hermit crabs,
Can
and
you
those.
zoom in on that crab with the anemone on the back?
Yeah, so those are
Getting myself in
a
here.
group of deep water hermit crabs, and they're in the family Parapaguridae.
Mini Zeus is
And we did image a few of those last
Yeah,
year.
I've got a good view on Cirrus
Okay,
Cam too.
good.
Come on in.
Coming in, aye.
And so yeah, most people know hermit crabs more for covering their bodies with shells of mollusks, and here this group is specialized on covering their body with an anemone.
What is going on there?
Is that us?
He's
Gotta
got.
be us.
It's us, but I think his legs are.
Holding on to that? Or inside it?
Yeah, that's really quite weird. We're feeding the fish here. Don't mind me.
I don't think
I've
the
kicked up a
anemone
little
has
dirt.
picked the crab. I think the crab has picked the anemone. You know what I mean?
This should settle with the current, hopefully.
So yeah, that crab is not wearing a skirt. It's that's actually an anemone that's covering its body, and so it's actually a hermit crab. And so this family of deep water hermit crabs, instead of using gastropod shells or other objects to hide in, it's
See if I can get anything while we're
it's
waiting. If there's someone
adapted
down.
to using
That's
anemones
close
to
in.
cover parts of its body.
Probably not.
So Daniel, Mary is no longer on, but she identified this guy as Strobopagurus gracilipes.
Yeah, thanks,
Vessels
Chris.
in.
Yeah, and I have
That
the
is a
photo here
folds
pulled up,
in.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, we did get a few images last year, but this is the first time we've seen it on this
I think I'm just
trip. And that's a
making a mess
beautiful
here.
imagery there. It looks like that it's ready to start
my
dancing
toes are
some
just
hula.
wiggling enough in the
Yeah.
sand to kick it up.
Want me to come out?
All right, whatever shot.
So I also want to point out an interesting fact I just noticed from the OKAX nav feed is that we're only 300 meters from where we started on the bottom about, and the dissolved oxygen, if I remember you quoting, Dan, was about 2?
Yeah, it was just a little over 2 where we landed, yeah.
And now at the position we're at about 1,220 meters, the dissolved oxygen content has gone down to 1.3.
Yeah, so the true oxygen minimum zone is typically, oh yeah, if we can take a quick look at this anemone there. Yeah, it's defined as oxygen contents below 1.
What's that?
And that's typically seen here at 800
yeah.
to
You want to come in?
1,000 meters, and that's typically a
that.
zone where you see a much lower density of animals and